recording. I'm jamming.
You just think you're cool.
Going back to my brother's shop to put this module in this trunk, the trunk module for this Navigator, Lincoln MKZ. So we got a new module from Ford and we're gonna program it. And hopefully we can show you guys some of those input and output signal voltages to, you know, just give you a better idea of what I was looking for when we called that module as being bad. So yeah, that's where we're headed right now. Pulling the truck in. So we don't have to lug all our crap. There he is.
I gotta show you some bullshit. Oh. Bullshit, I say. Delphi pump, thinking, okay, get a OE style fuel pump. Look at that. Look at the fingers missing on that freaking level sensor.
That's new?
This is brand new.
That's bull.
Yeah.
That's what goes bad on those.
I know. And they're missing. I put the thing in, the thing's running. I had like 49
Can
pounds.
you zoom in right there? There should be two sets of fingers that ride on the wiper. One that rides on the top one that rides on the bottom one. That's
yeah.
You gonna crawl inside and open this trunk for me, Caleb? Nope. I'll show him you doing it.
Hey, it's glow in the dark too. That's awesome.
What?
It glows in the dark. Here, get a shot of that.
All right, what am I looking at? That glow in the dark thing?
Glow in the dark thing. Hey guys, ScannerDanner here. We are back at my brother's shop for part 3 of this Lincoln MKZ with the power trunk that was not functioning. The old module in hand, new module still in the box from Ford, and we're just gonna get started on the programming side of things. I still have to update my FJDS program on the laptop, so I'm doing that, but in the meantime, I wanna see what we can do with this Autel because I have the ability to write the VIN, I believe, in this module. And if this module came with the latest software, I might not need to go to Ford to do it. So we're gonna get my friend Matthew Skundrich on the phone to talk with us about this and walk you guys through it. So my IDS software was at, you guys aren't seeing the screen right now, was it like 116? And I need to update to 117.03, so I got to do 117 first and then the 03 after that. So I've got a little bit of software updating to do here, but let me get Matthew on the phone and let's see what we got with this Autel.
What's up, buddy?
You got a minute?
I'm eating lunch. Can I call you back in like 30 minutes?
Yeah, can I ask you one quick question before you go?
Yeah.
So the Autel does give me the option to program the trunk module, and it's asking for, you know, to plug in the old one, read the VIN, you know, whatever, and it'll
Right, just ignore all that.
So should I do that first before I try to go to Ford and buy a license, or
Yeah,
I mean,
if it works and everything works and you end up with no codes, it might just be one of those ones that just needs coding.
okay.
Like I was telling you about with like the ABS module.
And so
You can try that.
But with the coding, would that mean that this module has the latest calibration already in it then from Ford?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Because I know that this had an intermittent parasitic drain issue, that there was apparently a bulletin that was released to fix it. I'm not sure how I would know that it has the latest software would be my follow-up question, but let me try that first without you, and then call me back when you're done eating.
Okay, so you're gonna need the as-built data because you can't put in the old module. It's gonna say like nothing found. Please enter as-built data, and Autel's gonna tell you to go to some stupid site.
Yes.
That doesn't work here in the U.S.
Okay.
So just ignore it, hit OK, and then it'll come up with numbers, and you just type them in.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Good luck.
Call me when you get a minute.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Bye. To you guys, you heard that conversation I had with Matt. We're gonna give this a shot, see what happens. This module, if you remember, had no communication, but I am gonna plug it in anyway to try it to see if it will communicate, so we can pull some data off of this. If not, we have to use the as-built data and follow the prompts. So let me plug the old one in and we'll follow the prompts on the tool. See the two modules. The old one, obviously we need to switch out the chime, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. I'm gonna plug this back in. I do already have the key on, so not really ideal to do that. I'll turn the key off before I plug the new module in, but that module's in. Let's see if we can talk to it. So on my Autel, what tool is this, by the way? This is the IM608 for anyone that is following along. Going to my programmer, and on here we have programmable module installation, and the module, if you guys remember, is the RGTM, which is the rear, what was the acronym? Rear gate something module. That's my guy. RGTM. I forget what it is. Set the ignition switch to off. It's okay. I know it didn't read that. It's telling me to install the new module. Key is off now. Leaving the chime there for now. Whoa.
What was that?
Activation of this. As soon as I plugged that module in, it moved the gear. The key's off, so that's kind of weird that it did that. But that's what that noise was the latch motor moving. Install new vehicle in module. Set the ignition switch to on. Okay. Hitting OK. Says it's configuring. Says module installation is complete. Does that mean the old module talked to us that time? U codes may have been set. Run on demand. Read and clear all codes. Fix all relevant DTCs. I'm hitting OK. Says turn the key off. If required, obtain a reprogrammable label and complete the following information. Note, a reprogramming label is not required on vehicle serviced in North America. All right. I want to see something real quick. There was a tab. Let's see what it offered. Programmable parameters. I need to turn the key back on. Ride height, interactive dynamics, warnings, chimes. Yeah, we're not doing any of that. All right, diagnosis. It would be sweet if we don't have to go to forward, and that was all I needed to do. So I'm gonna auto scan this. We'll scan all the modules. We're gonna have some U codes in here. We're gonna clear them, and then we'll scan it one more time. We'll find out what the acronym for RGTM means here in a second. It should tell me. Rear gate trunk module. We do have one fault in there now, but it is talking, which is cool. In this 2013 Lincoln, we have 28 different modules that all talk to each other. That's awesome. RGTM, let's see what the fault is. Vehicle not moving, the tailgate or trunk may open during this test. I just want to read the codes. Make sure there's no people or obstacles behind the tailgate before running the test. Okay, got it. So it's gonna possibly move things. So hitting OK. I just want to read the codes. Not sure what it's gonna do. Tailgate, liftgate, boot, trunk, latch, position switch. And then I have a control module main calibration data fault. So would that switch be saying that to me because I have it open? Let's see what it does when... Actually, let's see if it'll close. Nope. Did I leave anything unplugged? No. I'm gonna clear all faults in this report. All right, so I cleared them and it did come back with one fault in this module, in the RGTM. We had two. Okay, those same codes are there. Trunk latch position switch, that's this guy. I want to see what this does whenever I close it. Hope I don't have to go back in and manually open it. It closed. Main calibration is not configured, so it looks like So I need Matt. Did you see it close though, Caleb?
Yep.
Get the key. Let me clear these first. Nope.
So what, you gotta crawl back in there?
Possibly. But it still wouldn't work with the remote. It did close though, like it pulled it down, and it is talking to me, but we have some calibration codes.
How'd it go?
I'm trying to do it without going to Ford first, because the Autel gives me the option to read an old module, plug the new one in, but it can't read the old module.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's something else I can do. Yeah, see, I have control module main calibration data fault, and it says fault is currently present. It says not configured. Live data, let's see if the VIN is in here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of data in this thing. I need to open this. Let's see if this will open. I'm gonna try the inside button to see if that opens. If I can find it. Nope, I gotta crawl inside. Damn it.
I heard something.
Oh no, it's definitely working now. My rear latch switch code went away too, but it's not like in the program, if there even is one in there. This is not my area of expertise, programming. Key off. Install a new module in the vehicle. I already did that.
Did you already press that button?
I did with the old module. I was here with the old module. That's not gonna do it.
Configuring.
Yeah, I did that before, but the old module was dead. Off again. Wait, I already did all that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Didn't want to do that again.
You were in the programming.
I was. I didn't mean to program it again. We're gonna have to go to Ford, I'm pretty sure. All right, so this this code, the U201A55, which is the code we have, is control module main calibration data not configured. That's what the scan tool told us as well. And it says carry out the programmable module installation, which is what I thought I did with the Autel. Procedure using as-built data, clear the diagnostic trouble codes, repeat the self-tests. So I want to try this one more time with the old module still disconnected, because it doesn't do anything. And then Matt had mentioned to me that the Autel is going to give me the option of putting some numbers in. So I didn't see that. I want to try this one more time. It's definitely a programming issue, and all we're trying to do right now is, number one, wait for Matt to call us back, and number two, I'm trying to avoid going to Ford to pay the money for service info if I can do it with the Autel. All right, so this time through, I left the old module out of the picture, and now I'm getting, this is what the message I wanted. It says service tool was unable to obtain configuration data from the original module. Configured data will be used to configure the module. That's what I was hoping for. It says I have two options for entering the configuration data, manual or automatic. Manual entry will provide multiple screens for entry, which can be obtained from the configuration database. Manual entry will provide multiple screens. Obtain configuration data from the PTS homepage or Autel. Unable to continue, try again. What the hell? That didn't help me at all. Just turning the key off and back on a million freaking times. Doing a quick auto scan with the old module back in. I want to see if this thing is still a no-com. It should be, because if it's a no-com, it's not doing me any good to plug in the old module for the computer to read that data and then plug the new one in, and that's the issue we're having. The Autel is not being clear with us that it's not reading that data, but I believe that's why we're getting this, is I can't, with the old module not talking, I can't do the programmable module installation that this tool is trying to do for us, which I assume would be the VIN, and I don't know the programming of the module itself, if Ford has it in there already. So again, we're out of my, why do I have a pass now? My rear gate trunk module is talking to us. That's the old one. That's interesting. Instrument panel has a code. Invalid data received from rear gate module. All right, that's good. Escape. Escape. We're gonna go down and see if we can actually talk to this thing. All right, so even though it said pass, no codes, it's not able to communicate. We still have a no comm on this module, and I think therein lies our issue and why we can't do this. Does that make sense, Caleb? We're trying to pull data, VIN information from this module and put it into the new one, and this module's not talking. So that's why we're getting the code. We're most likely gonna have to go to Ford and do this thing. He said half an hour, he lied to us. It's been 40 minutes. Still updating this FJDS software.
You know, sometimes you're not that fun to film.
Programming, I'm never fun to film. I hate programming. It sucks every time we do it. It's just, it's tedious. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not hard. It's just irritating. You know? It's waiting. Click a button. Oh, that didn't work. Let's read some more. Click another button. Well, that worked that time. That's your programming. I'm just gonna do this without Matt. I really don't need Matt to do this. I don't wanna bother him. I'm turning this key off.
It's a South Park flexible instructional day.
What?
Closed school districts, they have like flexible instructional days.
What does that mean?
It means you can do your exercises while you look at your teacher on the laptop.
Wait, what was that?
Gotta reboot this stupid thing again.
I'm gonna make the greatest intro out of all of this.
Why ScannerDanner does not do more programming. It will be the title of it. I hate it. I hate it. I have no interest in tooling up and getting all this equipment and doing programming, and it is not what I want to do. It's all reading and pushing buttons. Seriously, it is not complicated. It's just frustrating. There's a lot of ins and outs to it, and it's something that I think you need to do all the time to get comfortable with. And I maybe do one every few months, and it's just not enough. And every time I do one, I get irritated. every single time. I'm irritated. We haven't even done anything yet. We've been here for like an hour. I've done nothing.
I'm gonna eat lunch. Let you swear in peace.
Swear in peace is right. It's all bullshit. It's all stupid programming, computer, frustrate me. You guys ain't learning video. You want to learn how to program? Seriously? Just start doing it. Okay, update FJDS 11703. Let's go over and try this one more time and get back to, yeah, good, it's going now. New modules plugged in, and let's see if, I know this isn't working. Let's see if the latch works. I'll have to crawl in the trunk one more time. Yep, totally closed. Let's read these codes out of this module. I just want to make sure I don't have a latch code. I think with the trunk up, we were setting a latch code, and then we have that program code, of course, but we're gonna have to, oh, the chime. Did I not plug the chime back in? Let's clear these. Yeah, just calibration data is the only fault we have. All right, I'm gonna stop this screen recording. I need to unplug my Autel from the data link connector, and we're gonna plug in the J-box from the laptop. I'm still waiting for my FJDS software to update, but I think what we can do in the meantime, because we're going to Ford, I don't want to wait on Matt anymore. We're just kind of walk through this ourselves. And I'd like to show you guys some voltage readings that we did, showing a good module compared to a bad one. So let me do that while we're waiting for the software. I'm gonna grab my Varus. I gotta crawl in the trunk again. That sucks. I'm gonna plug the VCI in for the Snap-on. We'll do a little comparison since we had the Autel up. We'll see what kind of options the Snap-on gives us. So we had some audio.
Why don't you shut the door?
Because normally people don't follow you with the camera when you're taking a leak. All right, the FJDS is updated finally, an hour freaking later. But let's come back over here to the Veris. I'm gonna get some voltage readings on here and then on that motor back there for you guys. Same tests we were doing before, but I wanna see what the Snap-on one offers us as far as this rear gate control module memory codes. But we have that same 201 code in here. Configuration, module not configured. Let's see what kind of self-test this gives us. Hope it doesn't close the trunk on me. It may not without the program too, but okay, latch position switch invalid. This says it's open, that's not a problem. Clear codes. Let's see if this had more data. There wasn't a whole lot of data PIDs in the Autel. Same, looks like same PIDs pretty much. Although I have a battery voltage that's showing some ridiculous number. It shows 908,000 volts.
That sounds about right.
That's not good. That's not good. Power supply logic batteries 14, because I have a maintainer on here. That's just a weird number. I don't think that I have the option really to do any type of programming in the Veris, and that's why we picked the Autel to begin with. Yeah, the only thing we can do with the Veris is pick the module, and then we have codes and data, and that's it. There's no programming options at all. So what I'll do for you guys next is go to my scope multimeter. All right, so we're using a little bit different screen than before just for ease of viewing. We don't need to see the graph. And what I want to show you guys is the comparison voltage readings. And I'm just going across the front of this, starting with looks like a gray wire on the end. I don't have the diagrams pulled up. It's not really important to me right now, but I know that there's a switch input in here, and we're going to have some voltage that we didn't have before. All right, 7.4, 7.4, 12.9, 0, 12.9. Totally different than what we had before, which was nothing across the board. And then the other one we did was for the motor back here in the trunk, and I went on the harness side unplugged, so we'll do the same. All right, so unplugged, back probing, just like we did last time. First one. 739. Same reference type voltage that we were seeing over here. 0.06. I'll touch the pin on that one too. Notice how it doesn't change. That whole open circuit thing, pretty cool. We were open before, we're not now. Next one over, 13 volts. Next one over, 0. The bottom, 4.9. 4.9, those are your two signal wires most likely. So just showing a module that is now alive, and those will be inputs and output circuit voltage levels. Without pulling the diagram, I don't know what was what, but the 13 ones would most likely be motor controls when we saw battery voltage, and then we saw a 7 volt, I'm not really sure, some type of reference possibly. Signal wires, I showed 2 5s over there, I think 1 over here. All switch inputs and output circuits. Stuff like that I think helps to identify a faulty module. I had a comment that on I think the last video, a guy was like, well, just make the call already. And I agree. I mean, the stuff that we did was maybe a little bit of overkill to some, but when it comes to calling a faulty module, there really, in my opinion, are not enough tests that can be shown to give you the confidence to make that call, especially when it's a really expensive module. I don't think this one was really expensive, but there are some that are. I remember looking up a Subaru engine computer control module. It was on a 2010 and it was like $2,000. So imagine that a module costs $2,000 and you're ready to call it as being bad. Don't you want to have more tests other than, say, looking at communication lines to say, hey, this module's definitely faulty? Well, looking at inputs and output circuits and knowing where you should have voltage and where you shouldn't, super important that we showed that. So it was really more about teaching and not just making a call on a common fault. You know, I'm getting those comments too. This is a high failure item. Apparently it is, because the module definitely fixed it, but we're not about just changing commonly replaced parts here on this channel. So we want to teach, we want to give you guys confidence when it comes to, in this circumstance, calling a faulty module. What other tests could we do to verify that fault? So pretty cool we were able to show the voltages after. Last part's going to be to program this. I do need to go to Ford. I was hoping to hear from Matt, but he still has not gotten back to me. So back to the laptop, let's program this thing.